You've probably seen snail care videos that just say, give veggies and you're done, but that advice is missing critical steps that can cause shell damage or worse. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Science Nugget. Today I'll tell you all about snail care. This little guy is my pet snail, Sam. I'll walk you through nutrition, terrariums, and proper handling, and I'll include the essential tips most videos forget. Let's dive in. So, people might think a snail? That's kind of silly. Why would you need a specialized video? Well, I'm here to talk about all the misconceptions. First of all, you cannot keep them in jars, obviously. They need at least a gallon of space, which brings us to our first topic, terrariums. So, preferably your snail would get like at least 2 or 3 gallons. But if you can only get 1 gallon of space, that's still okay. As an adult, people recommend at least 5 gallons. And though that sounds like a lot, snails, like people, also need a lot of space. For the terrarium itself, you can choose a critter keeper. You can also get just like a plastic storage bin and drill holes into the sides. But make sure it has sturdy latches because you definitely do not want snails crawling all over your bed while you sleep. After you've got your terrarium, you first need to start with a drainage layer. You can use clay pebbles or just random pebbles you find outside, as long as they're pesticide-free. Make sure to cover the entire bottom with pebbles. This will be drainage so that any excess water will seep down. Add a layer of tulle if you have a cleanup crew like springtails that will clean up after your snail and eat their leftovers and poop. You don't want them falling through, so you can use tulle, the same thing in a ballet dress. Next, you'd want to add 2 to 3 inches of organic topsoil, which is just fancy for dirt you find in the garden. But this is very important. Make sure there's no pesticides or fertilizers. You can also use coconut coir, and a mix of those two is usually preferred, actually. Next, you'd want to add a humidity layer. Snails need lots of humidity, as shown here. So, a layer of leaf litter or moss will help keep in the humidity. For example, you can use sphagnum moss, which is sold for reptiles, or just plain pesticide and fertilizer-free backyard moss. Also, add some leaf litter. Your snail might even eat these, though my snail is pretty picky and he only eats veggies, but no harm if they do. Next, you're going to add decorations. If you're planning to add any like cute garlic models or anything, check if they're safe. I think aquarium safe decorations would probably be good so that the paint doesn't leach into the soil. You can use a hide specifically for reptiles and add a few sturdy sticks because snails love to climb. No pun intended. Next, we're going to talk about nutrition. Calcium is essential for your snail because, like any animal, snails need to grow. And when their body grows, their shell also needs to grow, or they'll eventually painfully die of their body being squeezed in the shell. In the wild, they get calcium from old snail shells or natural calcium in the soil. Ways you can provide calcium for your snail is baked crushed eggshells. Yes, they actually will eat it. You can also provide a cuttle bone, which is recommended. It's basically the bone of a cuttlefish, and it's commonly sold for birds. Just make sure not to get cuttlebone, and please don't get flavored cuttlebone. My snail personally does not care for it. He loves crushed eggshells, but see what your snail likes. My snail also gets fresh veggies as his main food. Make sure to research what veggies are safe, and fruits are high in sugar, so try to limit their use to like once a week most often. Also, when handling your snail, make sure to always wash your hands thoroughly afterwards. I'm using gloves because I'm paranoid, but you don't honestly have to. I've seen many people just hold them in their bare hands, but if you're squeamish about that, you can use gloves. Also, wild-caught snails might have rat lungworm, which is a disease from rats that snails get, and it can cause a rare form of meningitis in humans. So just be very careful. Well, at least that's what I remember, but if I'm just saying nonsense, please correct me. Anyways, because of that, don't worry. As long as you don't try to like lick your snail, you'll probably be fine. But again, if ingested, sometimes you might get it. Snails need a source of protein. I use a special protein food. I'm going to show you. Okay, so here is the snout and shell pet snail food. This is not an annoying ad, but just a recommendation. The fruit flavor does have some high acidic fruits, so I'm switching to the veggie flavor next time, but my snail really likes this, and he's being a long giraffe right now. Also, it contains hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds, which can help paralyze parasites and let the snail poop them out. So it actually decreases the risk of rat lungworm. Also, if you want to see me set up Sam's new 3.1 gallon terrarium with a new store-bought hide, please leave a like and consider subscribing. That's all for today. Bye!